What is up, guys? It's James from CopLogic. Welcome back to the channel. We are here for the match preview of Liverpool versus Lask in the Europa League group stage tomorrow night at Anfield. But before we jump into that, we've got some bad news. So let's get the bad news out of the way. We have our injury news surrounding Alisson Becker and Diogo Jota. So it looks like, based on Jurgen Klopp's press conference this morning, that Alisson will definitely miss tomorrow night's game. He's also going to miss Sunday's game, and he's probably not going to be available the following week as well. So I'm expecting 2 or 3 weeks for Alisson, unfortunately. So he's going to be out for a little bit. He's going to miss a handful of games. We're very lucky that we have a keeper as good as Caoimhin Kelleher to come in as backup there. The even worse news than that is that Diogo Jota's injury is apparently even worse than Alisson's. He didn't really give too many details, but what he did say was it looks like Jota's even worse than that. So if we expect Alisson to be out for 2 or 3 weeks, then Jota, we're probably looking at over a month at least. So that's a real shame because, you know, Jota has been quite a prolific goal scorer for us when he has featured, and he's a really, really good option to bring off the bench. We're going to be without that for a while, and that is going to feed into today's team selection. So without further ado, we might as well jump into that. I don't think there's much point discussing the two teams. We know really what to expect here. We know last time out, Liverpool beat Lask 3-1, and that was the first time the two teams had met. So this is only going to be the second game historically. No point looking back at all of that. But we know Liverpool are the stronger team. As I said, we beat them away 3-1. So we're expecting a similar result here, I would say. Well, actually, we're expecting a better result at Anfield, let's be honest. So let's jump into team selection, starting with the goalkeeper. Caoimhin Kelleher, I think I probably would have picked him anyway, if I'm being honest with you, but we don't really have an option now because Alisson is going to be injured for the next few weeks. So yeah, Caoimhin Kelleher, I'm happy with that personally. I do think he's a solid second choice. We're going to do the two fullbacks together because I think one decision influences the other. Now, I didn't really know which way around to do this. One of them is probably going to have to sit out. It's either going to be Trent Alexander-Arnold or it's going to be Kostas Tsimikas. For me, I think if I had to protect one over the other, it would be Trent. I am sitting Trent out and I'm going to play Joe Gomez as the right back. Joe Gomez, that probably means we'll be taking the armband for this game. Now, what that means for Kostas, I'm not sure, because obviously Andrew Robertson is still injured. So Kostas then has to play this game, but that also means he probably also has to play on the weekend unless we can figure out some rotation there for left back. I don't really know what Jurgen Klopp's going to do about that. For that reason, I could see Kostas sitting this one out, Joe Gomez playing left back, and Trent Alexander-Arnold playing right back. However, he could also do something totally crazy and put Ryan Gravenberch on right back. It's very hard to predict what he's going to do with the fullbacks here, but what I've decided to do is Kostas played really well against Manchester City, so I think in a way he's earned a start. If I had to protect one of the two, I'm probably prioritizing protecting Trent over Kostas at this moment in time. So I'm going Joe Gomez right back, Kostas Tsimikas left back. So I'm expecting a heavily rotated side, and for that reason, we're going Ibrahima Konate as our right-sided centre-back. Obviously, Konate didn't feature in the game against City, so it's fresh legs, it's good rotation. Now, obviously, I don't think we're going to see Virgil van Dijk feature, and in this lineup, Trent is also not there, so I think the armband will be going to Joe Gomez just to clear that up. So joining Konate, I am going for Jarell Quansah. Again, we are expecting a heavily rotated side here, given the level of the competition and also the fact that it's a midweek game. And I think this is a prime opportunity to rest Virgil van Dijk. Jarell Quansah has looked really, really genuinely good when he's featured for Liverpool. So not only does he deserve the start, but it also allows us to rest Virgil ahead of the bigger games in the Premier League. We're in a really good position here, leading us into Christmas. So it's important we win all those games in the build up to Christmas, and then we'll see where we are in terms of position on the table. So yeah, for this one, Jarell Quansah. Moving into midfield. Thankfully, much less of a headache in selecting the CDM this time around. I'm going Wataru Endo. Not only is he definitely capable of performing against this level of competition, but he also deserves a start. He didn't obviously feature against City, so definitely time to get him out there, give him a runabout. No issues really with Wataru Endo. I think he's going to be absolutely fine in this game, and a good chance for him to get some minutes in his legs. Our two central midfielders, I'll do them together. I'm going Harvey Elliott and I'm going Ryan Gravenberch. Now, Ryan Gravenberch, when he came on against City, he looked really, really good. Everyone's been talking about the way he glided past Rodri in the build-up to the goal, and yeah, you know, I think everyone's excited to see him. This is going to be a great game for him again, given the level of competition. It's definitely a chance to build some confidence, put in a really good performance. And really the same can be said for Harvey Elliott, who obviously had a really great international break, and every time he's come off the bench for Liverpool, he's looked really, really good. He's putting in solid performances. He's definitely genuinely making a difference when he comes off that bench, so he's definitely earned himself a start, and I'm hoping to see a really good performance from Harvey Elliott because he deserves it. In terms of our front three, we definitely want some rotation here with regards to the games that we've got coming up on the weekend and again next week. So we're going with left wing Luis Diaz. Now, Luis Diaz, obviously exceptional player. When we're talking about having rotation here, this is the beauty of the players we've got up front for Liverpool at the moment. So obviously Diogo Jota started against Manchester City, favoured over Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz, however, though, had a really good international break. The drama regarding his family is finally and thankfully over, so he's got that weight off his shoulders. I think he could have a really solid performance, especially against the level of competition. And again, this is just a really great option. We're talking about a rotated left winger here, and it's the level of Luis Diaz, so arguably one of the best attacking players on the squad right now. So yeah, this is a really great reflection of the level of competition we've got at Liverpool for these forward positions. We're going with Cody Gakpo as the striker. Now, not only did he feature in this morning's press conference, which pretty much guarantees he's definitely going to start the game, but obviously Darwin Núñez started against City. Cody Gakpo only got a few minutes off the bench, so I'm really trying to utilize those players that only got minutes off the bench against City in order to have fresh legs for this game against Lask, and also rest other players ahead of the game on the weekend. And you can't really complain when your rotated side consists of Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo. So again, props to the level of forward options we've got at Liverpool. And that brings us then onto our right wing. I've selected Ben Doak purely because I think if you look at the firepower we've got here already in this team, it should definitely be enough to beat Lask, and then that gives us the opportunity to not only rest Mo Salah, but also protect him again ahead of those huge games we've got in the build up to Christmas in the Premier League. We could see Mo and Darwin get, you know, maybe 10 minutes off the bench in this game for the Anfield crowd, but I don't think it's necessary. Obviously, if we need them, that firepower is there to come off the bench, but this team should be enough to beat Lask. And Ben Doak's start against Toulouse didn't really go to plan, so this is an opportunity for him to maybe make up for that game in front of an Anfield crowd. Should be a little bit easier for him as well. So fingers crossed for a solid performance from Ben Doak. And obviously that brings us then on to score prediction. If we take a look at the win percentages down below, Liverpool 80%, draw 17%, Lask 3%. As I said, I think this team is more than enough to beat Lask, and those win percentages look pretty comfortable. Last time out, away from home, we beat them 3-1, so I'm expecting a similar game. I'm going to go 3-0. I want a clean sheet for Caoimhin Kelleher, and I think we should be more than capable of doing that. Can we score more than 3 goals? Almost definitely. I'm being a little bit conservative there. Honestly, it could be 4 or 5-0. Should be 4 or 5-0, especially if players like Mo Salah and Darwin Núñez get some time off the bench. But I think either way, this should be a comfortable win for Liverpool. It kind of is a must-win game because Liverpool do need at least 4 points from the next 2 games to guarantee a top finish, top of the group. That gives us 2 less games as well when we move into the knockout stages. So it's definitely something Jurgen Klopp is going to want to do, which kind of makes this game a must-win. But I think we absolutely should win it. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-0. I'd love to see a goal for Harvey Elliott just because I think he's deserved it with his performances he's had off the bench this season. And as always, I'm going to be rooting for Joe Gomez to get a goal because he's got to get his first goal one day. So you never know. Lask's definitely a team that he's capable of scoring against. So fingers crossed for Joe Gomez. Liverpool 3, Lask 0. As always, guys, if you have enjoyed the video, make sure you like the video and consider subscribing to the channel. It is free, and we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.